Okay, so I am attempting to do a live video from out here in the greenhouse. I have no idea if it's going to work or not because I'm just slightly on the borderline of being out of the it's maybe not going to work. I will show you that I have less in here, and I think it's looking really good. And I planted radishes, and as you can see, they're starting to come up. And then these radishes right here are the ones that I transplanted from our box over there. I'm really surprised, but they are actually doing pretty good. And this is the one that I'm really excited about. This is one of my pepper plants that I transplanted from outside. I didn't it when we got our first freeze. And I put it in here, and it's actually looking really good, I think. It's got a lot of little blooms on it, and a little pepper right there. So I really hope it works out because it'll be really nice to have that in here. I'm assuming it's going to get too cold for it though before long, but anyway. And then these are my other pepper plants. They grew really, really tall. In fact, they've got some peppers on them right there and up there. But they kind of got shaded by this tomato plant here. This is my mini. It's got the little cherry tomatoes. I think it's a sun gold one. I was going to trim all this up and make it short again, but then I saw that it had all these little tomatoes all over it, so I actually picked up the vines and tied them to the top of the greenhouse so that way they would continue to grow. Then back here are my bigger tomato plants. My bigger tomato plants. They're either, oh, what are they? I can't remember which ones are which, but I'm thinking that they are the early girls or the not champion, but I can't think of the other one. But anyway, they have a lot of blooms, and there are some small tomatoes on them. So I don't know how they'll do through the winter, but I'm excited to find out. And then our zinnias are looking really pretty. Then right there, I planted some kale, and over here is our Swiss chard. This is the stuff that I planted in the spring, and I was debating on whether I should pull it out and replant it or whether I should just leave it. And I decided to leave it because the leaves and everything are still beautiful on it, but I mean, it's kind of like, looks like it's kind of pooping out. Then over here I've got some spinach that I transplanted from that box out there, and I think it's gonna do pretty good. I had a really tough time getting it to come up. I planted a whole bunch in here several different times, but I know that the grubs kind of worked it up, and I guess it didn't come up because of that or something, I don't know. So anyway, all of those are ones that I transplanted. And then over here was a volunteer tomato that came up, and I just decided to leave it because it seemed to be doing good. So anyway, and of course there's a little grub making his way out. I have been having problems with the grubs, but not near as bad. I have just a few every now and then, so it's a lot better. Let's see. Outside it's about, I think, 47 degrees, and In here it is about 72, so, and good morning, Anita. You're welcome, Withrow. I just decided to go ahead and try doing updates as much as possible since my camera isn't working right now. I just decided to go live randomly in places I could, so I was hoping this would work really well, and it seems to be. One last, let's see, I'm going to turn this back around, if it'll do it. One last thing that I did, or wanted to show you real quick, is that I put hay down the walkway right here and rabbit manure over the top of it. In hopes that it would kind of like heat it up throughout the winter and stuff like that. I'm hoping it'll work and it'll be enough to keep it going for a while. Guess we'll have to see, but right now it's plenty hot in here. I'm about to die, but anyway, that's pretty much what's going on in here. I'm really excited. I'm hoping that it works out good and we're able to keep things growing throughout the winter, but I guess we'll just have to wait. Anyway, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start doing the chores. Got a drop on me. I'm going to go over here and check out the chickens, and then I'll probably go ahead and go. Anyway, there's the sweet potato vines. As you can see, everything's gotten frosted. And here's what's left of our beans. Garden's looking pretty sad now. We now have all of our chickens in the coop all together. I guess it's going pretty good. They all seem pretty boring, but they all seem to be getting along okay, which is good. As soon as they get used to this being their home, which half of them are used to that, but the other half that were living up in the red coop, they aren't. But as soon, about probably maybe 2 weeks or so, we'll probably start letting them roam around in the garden. So here's our Polish, and we had to go ahead and pin them up because of our coyote situation. They were getting our chickens and our turkeys, and so we decided we better keep them safe. They're just kind of bored. They're like, aren't you gonna let us out? So what I'm doing to kind of keep them entertained and not so bored is I will get oats and sunflower seeds and sprinkle them in here in the bedding, and then for the day they search around for that all day and everything. So anyway, I probably will go ahead and go for now and get the chores done, and then maybe tomorrow or the next day we will go live again because Miley wants to do a live while she is doing her rabbit chores, and I thought that would be a fun one to do. So it's right up close to the house, so we should have good service there. So that's probably what we'll do tomorrow morning. So I guess we will talk to you again soon.